Hey there, it's Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out the Legend HC by Synapse Audio. The Legend HC is a product of a collaboration between Synapse Audio and legendary composer Hans Zimmer. This analog software synth is an updated version of the original The Legend. The Legend HC features 200 presets from Hans himself and sound designer Kevin Schroder, with the emphasis firmly on modern cinematic scoring. Synapse Audio have expanded the instrument with one such example by adding Hans Zimmer's own and very rare Percival 914 fixed filter bank. With faithful circuitry reproduction, an advanced sequencer, onboard effects and MP support, the Legend HC is incredibly versatile and highly customizable. The Legend HC is NCS compatible, so you can use it with Native Instruments Complete Control. It is currently for sale at $179, and you can upgrade from the original The Legend for $79. In this video, we're going to check out the Legend HC from the viewpoint of the composer. What does it sound like out of the box? How can I use this in a composition? I have, of course, created a fairly lengthy composition on this occasion using the sounds of the Legend HC, and I have to say I'm absolutely blown away by this synth. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Synapse Audio for sending over a copy of the Legend HC so we can make this video. While we do get the instruments for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, ideas or judgments on the instruments. We are just working composers giving you our feedback, our thoughts as it were, about these wonderful instruments. So without further ado, let's jump straight in and check out the Legend HC. And here we have the Legend HC by Synapse Audio, and right from the get-go you can see the level of control and tweakability this synth has is absolutely massive, and this is just the front page. Now, I love nothing more than creating my own sounds and learning how synths work and generally geeking out over synths, but this video, as I said in the intro, is focusing from the composer's viewpoint. What does it sound like out the box, and then how do we make music with it? So we're going to jump straight to the presets. Now on the left hand side you can see you've got the Legend factory presets, and there are 480 of these presets, and then we've got the Legend Hans Zimmer factory. There are 200 presets here. We've got arpeggios, we've got bass, we have chords, drums, keys, leads, pads, sequences, sound effects and textures. So I'm going to play some from each category. There are some wonderful videos online already showcasing the sounds of the Legend HC. Synapse Audio have a wonderful preset playthrough, so I urge you to check that out. So let's start off with Art Games. Now, you can't see a keyboard underneath, so I'm just going to explain. I am using the mod wheel with these as well. So with Art Games, if I just hold down a D, sounds lovely. And that's with the mod wheel fully up. Now, this one actually is a shorter arpeggio. It actually naturally decays. There we go. So let's go for something that isn't. So this one is Egghead. And of course, everything is tempo synced to your DAW. Let's go for Kingdom. Sounds wonderful. So it is analog goodness. Sounds lovely. Let's go for a bass. Lovely. Let's go for King Legend. got some wonderful glide. Sounds brilliant. Now, some of these will be sequences and some will be more one-shots. Gotta stop playing that in case I get a copyright strike. So that's positive and negative. If I use a mod wheel. Love that low end. Tape drive. Sounds incredible. Chords, there's only one chord preset. Sounds great. They've got some drums. Now the drums are wonderful. So if we have, let's say, dance kick. Now you hold down a key and it will play a. It's not a loop because obviously it's created in a synth. It's not playing an audio loop. I'll just play it. So that's a dance kick. We've got low rolls. Got some filter action going on there. That's a Vox Metro. So yeah, you got these really, really cool drum sounds. Very, very cinematic. Then we've got some keys. So baby bells. And with the mod wheel. Yeah, it's changing the sound. It sounds cool. Got drive roads. I don't know why I decided to go really happy there. Warm bells. They've got quite a few leads, and these leads sound incredible. So let's play the first one. That sounds great. Let's check out Party Time. I love when you play these legato. The glide is phenomenal. Synthwave. So Synthwave Star. Sounds great. Then we've got pads. Yeah, they sound brilliant. Tokyo. It's just gorgeous. Sequences. Say formula. Yeah. These all just sound wonderful. Brilliant. Sound effects. Now, there's lots of sound effects here, and these are incredibly usable. That surprise box. That is surprising. No, I love these. You'll see in the compositions. I've already created a composition. I've used a lot of sound effects, and they are awesome. Brain is failing. Was it brain is falling? Dart bomb. And then textures. So infinity. Tunnel system. It is instant cinema. Brainwashing. Yeah, they sound brilliant. And the last one, I want to say it's Winter Hole. I think it is. And there we go. Now, they all sound amazing, and that is a very brief play through some of the sounds from each category, but you can see and you can hear there's lots going on. It's very, very versatile. My initial thoughts are this sounds absolutely incredible because it really does. And I've only played through 15 minutes worth of presets. There are 200 here to play with. And of course, you've got the 480 original presets as well. So we're going to jump into the composition. Now, Future Pete in the later part of this video will tell you that he only used sounds from the HZ version of the Legend. However, I have realised through creating this section of the video that I must have turned off the filter at some point of the sound banks, and there's a possibility that I may have used one or two from the legacy sound bank as well, which is actually not a problem because they sound incredible too, and you get all of these included when you buy the instrument anyway. So if I've made a slight mistake, I do apologise, but let's listen to the composition and then I'm going to talk about the composing with. What's it like to compose with, the experience, how easy is it? And I've got to say, composing with the Legend Hans Zimmer is absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful, it's enjoyable, I had a lot of fun. Anyway, on with the music. And there we go, that is my composition featuring the Legend HC, and I only use the presets from the Legend HC, nothing from the original, the Legend sound bank, which of course, if you're a new user and you purchase the Legend HC, you do get the original sound bank included as well. If you've updated or upgraded, then obviously you've been using that for years, so absolutely no worries there. And I've used 19 tracks of the Legend HC, and remember, there are 200 presets created by Hans Zimmer and Kevin Schroder. They are very, very diverse. It's a very, very versatile instrument. But I went for a cinematic electronic piece of music, and it kind of reminds me of my childhood when I was watching shows like Terrorhawk, so lots of puppets. Very, very heroic electronic music. That's what I was going for as the piece progressed. But I couldn't resist doing a kind of Dune introduction. So in order to do that, I did add a couple of extra things. So let's talk about the extra instruments added to the composition. We have some drums. I just use 2 different drum patterns just to emphasize the drums already in the Legend HC. I've got some strings playing some ostinato, so really, really standard basic movement, and brass just playing some low-end Brahms. In terms of sound design, I've used a couple of booms. In fact, it's the same boom, I've just put them on different tracks, and one whoosh hit, which you hear throughout the piece, and a riser. I don't want to use lots of different sound designs. I don't want to detract away from the Legend HC, and I've used quite a lot of sound effects from there, and they sound absolutely brilliant. It's really, really cool having a synth that has sound effects that are really, really usable. So love it. And of course, to make it in that cinematic epic style at the start, I use some voices, so 2 different voice instruments down the bottom. But it all started off with a simple pad, just holding down a D minor. So we've got the Saturn style pad, and we've got the bat impact. Now I love this impact. I'm just going to mute it so you can hear the pad, and then I'm going to bring in the impact as well. Okay, so the pad sets that instant cinematic sound, but when you add the bat impact, it's got that great delay on it as well. So we're building these cinematic layers. And then I introduce a couple of different things. So we have an effect. I'm just going to unsilo that. So we've got the black roll sound effect. And it is pitch. It adds some great stereo width to the piece. And then I love the pulses in the Legend HC, the sequences, the arpeggios. And I found this sequence, so the Dark Master sequence, sounds brilliant. It plays all through the piece, but I just chopped it up at the start. And every time you hear bat impact at the start, you hear that going on as well. Now, I do bring in the first texture, which is the Endless World, and the Legend HC has these brilliant melodics, shall we say. So this is a texture, but it actually plays a small melody. Now all I'm doing is holding down a single key there, just playing a D. So this intro is just D minor. But you can hear we have this cinematic foundation going on. It sounds fantastic, and in context with the voices and just the extra boom that I've added, it sounds like this. There we go. Now, it takes us into the next section. You can still hear the decay going on. I absolutely love it. So, as the piece goes on, I start bringing in more chord progressions. This has only got 2 chords now, this piece, as opposed to 1 from the intro. And I love the organ sounds in the Legend HC. So a large part of the music I create, especially with orchestral work, is using organs. And the Legend HC has just captured the Hans Zimmer organ sound beautifully. Then I added the warm bells playing a really simple melody, and it shows you how versatile these sounds are, because not only do we have these amazing designed electronic sounds, we also have organic sounds within the instrument as well. So I've doubled that with the Sunshine style lead, so we get this electronic organic melody. And that blends really, really well. In terms of pads, we have the old Eminence pad and we have Saturn style playing again. So the old Eminent pad. It does sound really menacing, and with the kind of beauty of the Saturn style. And the organ. It is instant cinema. Now, we also have one of the many wonderful basses. So we've got Instability bass playing. And I've doubled that with the Dark Master sequence. I mean, that just sounds epic. It really is. I don't know, it's just wonderful. It's just this wonderful low end, really, really powerful, just sounds wonderful. I've got an empty bit of MIDI there for some reason. Anyway, combined, just the Hans Zimmer, the legend. Yeah, the tension is palpable. There we go. It just sounds stunning. Now, let's just turn that off. And here, we're going to just have like a little kind of bridge. And I'm using some filtered sounds. So we've got the grandma sequence. Let's just hear that. And then we've got the Dan Haag sequence going on. I just love the filter. And then we've got Contact 2049, which is a sound effect. And the black roll sound effect. Now, of course, one of the big features is Synapse Audio have recreated one of Hans Zimmer's own filters from within his studio. It's incredibly rare. You're not going to find it in another software instrument. And when you combine sounds like this, just to hear the filters at work, I'm going to put the bat impact there again. You can tell that I love that. I mean, the filtering's already done for you, and it sounds incredible. I absolutely love those types of sounds, and of course, the Legend HC has that in spades. So, when I play this together, we got the Endless World texture going on as well, so that is kind of like a theme going through the piece. But I've put a riser as well, just a sound design riser, just to sort of emphasize the filter effect. But it sounds amazing. And that takes us into our next section. So we have just a few additions. We have got the dance kick. Now the drums are really, really fun. You just hold down a single note and it plays a drum rhythm for you. So I use a dance kick, and of course I'm doing this video from a composer's viewpoint, just using the sounds that are out the box, but you can use the step sequencing and create your own drum patterns with absolutely no worries. And I added a drum groove as well, just to, again, get that organic and electronic combination. It sounds absolutely wonderful. So I'm just going to mute those again. And we have, again, another usable effect. So I'm going to keep emphasizing that the effects in the library, you can just find places where to put them. Sorry, not the library, the synth. Like when you're composing, if you just want to add a little flourish or some color here and there, these effects are absolutely wonderful for that. So we have that going through. We've got our really thick bass line happening, and if I just play the Legend only. And speaking of which, adding a little flourish. So I was thinking here, what do I want to add? Because I'm just staying on D minor again for the most part. It is actually moving around different chords. I think it's D minor, F, C, B flat, etc. So I'm using the grandma sequence again, and it just drops in so perfectly. And again, I'm using that over some chords, so there is some movement going on. And then I don't want to keep that going, so I've used a Malaysia arpeggio, which is here. So if I just quickly solo that. I'll go from the grandma into the Malaysias, just to see how it all fits together. So you still maintain that movement, and it does sound fantastic. I'm just going to check the end of the MIDI there. Did I cut off right at the end? No, I didn't. There we go. Right. Then I tripled up the little lead section that happens. So you can hear 3 layers of lead. We've got the warm bells, we've got the sunshine style again, and then the soft D lead, which I use for the next section, comes in. So you've got high, medium, and then sort of high organic. It just creates really nice blends going on. Wonderful. And I bring in another pad, and yeah, the whole section I just think blends perfectly well and sounds wonderful. Brilliant. So I'll leave it for 2 bars just to get that decay and that bleed, and we have the Malaysia ARP is kind of hanging over as well to give a bit of movement in that break. And then we go into our final section. Now, I've used the soft D lead. The leads in this library are absolutely amazing. There's some really subtle leads, some short leads, some really in-your-face leads, and I found this soft D lead to be, again, very, very cinematic and very pronounced, but also not too over the top. We still have the drums going on, and we have the old Eminence pad, but the Malaysia arpeggio is playing the chords now. And it sounds absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely brilliant. So in context, we have, again, these layers going on. We've got just the instability bass. And we've got the black roll sound effects just playing root fifth as well, which is a very subtle effect. But again, it works really, really well. And then our final section, so I add the Top Gun pad. Sounds like this. An absolutely beautiful sounding pad. So if I combine that with the old Eminent pad, and let's put the Malaysia arpeggio going on, this just sounds incredible. The combinations of sound you get from this library are wonderful. Now, with the Top Gun pad, I just sort of drew in a little bit of automation to get it to open up towards the end of the chord. And yeah, again, sounds absolutely wonderful. The melody is doubled by the warm keys, and of course we've got the instability bass and the dark master sequence combining again. I've put the rainbow colors sound effect in again, and the bat impact. It just sounds gorgeous. So balanced, so clear. So I just held my finger on the mouse button and turned that solo into a D. Beautiful. And then the ending, really, really simply, we just have the Endless Worlds texture come back in, and the dot master sequence, and the contact 2049, and of course a bat impact. And I have doubled it with the boom down the bottom as well. And it's just a really fitting way to end the piece. And of course automated a fade out at the end as well. And there we go, that is the piece. Now from a, oh, there we go, it's come back. From a composer's viewpoint, really, if you look at the MIDI, I'm holding down some chords, I'm playing some single notes, I've played some melodies in and doubled them up. But really, to get this level of sort of movement and stereo spread and dynamic interest from the synth, I've not really had to do a huge amount. As much as I love automating filters and playing around with different sounds, out of the box, it sounds incredible. It's very, very versatile, and you're guaranteed to find sounds that you're going to use. In fact, playing through the 200 presets, I did play through them all. I've had quite a lot of time to work with the instrument. There is, I mean, you can find a use for every single sound in this library, and that's what I love about this instrument. I've got to stop calling it a library, this synth. There we go. It's just brilliant. So my composing impressions are, it's easy to get the results you want. It's really, really easy to program and to use. And in terms of sounds and timbres, it's incredibly varied, and it just sounds fantastic. So let's go on to my closing thoughts, and I'll just wrap up what I think about the Legend HC. But as you can guess, I absolutely love it. And here we are once again at the closing thoughts section of the video, and I have only one word, and that word is spectacular. This is a spectacular synth. It lives up to its name in every single way imaginable. I've already said, as a composer, it's versatile. You've got lots of usable sounds. Everything out of the box sounds incredible. It's easy to program. To compose with, it's an absolute dream. If you're a synth guy and you love peeking under the hood and tweaking and playing around with different parameters, different modules, this is a sound design playground. Now, I do program synths. I create my own presets, and yeah, it is amazing. I have spent hours and hours and hours just playing around with it and just getting these amazing, wonderful sounds out of it, and you can just keep going. So in terms of personalization, you can just keep creating and creating and creating. So yeah, from that viewpoint, brilliant. But of course, it also has MPE capability as well. Now, I love MPE. I am a huge MPE enthusiast. There we go. And I purposely haven't actually used it in this video because we're talking from a composer viewpoint, and not everyone is into MPE like I am or has the hardware. But the MPE capabilities, again, are absolutely wonderful. I use Rolly hardware, so I've got blocks, and I use Lumi. If you're interested in getting started with MPE, Lumi's brilliant. In fact, it's really, really colourful. You get some amazing instant results, and you don't really have to give too much thought really into what you're doing just to hear the different sounds. So yeah, we're talking composing, amazing, sound design, incredible, MPE. Well, I can't wait to get going with my MPE setup with the Legend HC as well. So do I recommend it? $179, I really, really do. Now, I use June 3 all the time. I bought it when it was June 2, and obviously it's been updated and upgraded over the years. But it's one of the synths that I really, really reach for. It's incredibly clear, and just the sounds, again, the presets contained within sound incredible. And I know the Legend HC is going to be another synth that I will continually reach for time and time again. And I'm just going to start with the sounds out the box because, again, they sound incredible. I've used 19 tracks in the composition, which had a very, very lengthy walkthrough, by the way. That's how enthusiastic about the synth I am, because yeah, there's so much to talk about and so much going on. So do I recommend it? Yes, pick it up, $179 or $79 to upgrade from the original. I'll emphasize the fact if you are a new customer and you buy the Legend HC, you will get the original, the Legend factory presets as well. So you've got hundreds and hundreds of sounds to play with before you start jumping in and messing around and creating your own brilliant sounds. It is a massive recommendation from me. I think it's a wonderful instrument. I think Synapse Audio have been absolutely flawless in their creation of the Legend HC. All that leaves me to say is thank you so much once again to Synapse Audio for sending over a copy of the Legend HC so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video, and of course drop us a comment. We love talking about the instruments with everyone who watches the videos and are kind enough to leave comments, so feel free to do that. And of course, if you've not done so already, please hit the subscribe button. We really want to hit 3,000 subscribers. We're not very far away now, and that's our next milestone, and it's the support of the composing community that keep driving us to create these videos. And I do want to remind everyone that we have no financial interest in making these. We don't have any affiliate links or any advertising deals. Yes, we do get the libraries for free, which is wonderful because we have the support of the developers, but aside from that, there is no financial interest. So the best thing you can do to support us is hit that subscribe button. So until next time, have a great day, keep making that amazing music, and I'm sure our paths will cross again soon. Take care, enjoy yourself.